Well, the big story this weekend, of course, the ANC's conference in the Eastern Cape. Two major candidates going up against each other. The Premier, Mabuyane and Babalo Madikizela. All of this takes place against the backdrop of the Zondo Commission findings against people in the ANC and sort of the ANC itself. Omry Mokgaole is a veteran member of the ANC. Omry, good afternoon to you. We've seen quite high tensions in the Eastern Cape. Two ANC members were killed last weekend, for example, that might be linked to the ANC or to taxi violence. We've seen other political violence in the ANC. What does all of this tell us about what's happening in the party at the moment?
Yes, I think it's a serious crisis, Stephen. The killing continues and will continue until December. It's a worrying phenomenon for all of us as ANC members. But it's not surprising. You know, it's because of the fraud and the vote rigging inside the ANC election. And so the killings will continue to be there. I mean, I'm sorry to say so, to sound like this, but they're going to continue with the killings.
I mean, are you suggesting that what we've seen in KwaZulu-Natal, for example, for many years, is now moving to the Eastern Cape and other places?
Basically, it's throughout the country. You know, in all the provinces where they made us before the election, or before the DGMs, nearly in all provinces except maybe Western Cape. But ANC have faced these killings. And I'm afraid it's unavoidable because of ANC is extremely corrupt at the moment. And it will take, a lot of effort to actually clean it.
Well, this, in a way, is the problem. I mean, these things are all related. The violence and the corruption, it would seem, are all related, the patronage. You say it'll take a lot of hard work to fix it. How can it be fixed? Can it actually be done? I think this is the question facing voters. I don't know if you're still with us,
yes,
Mr. Mokgaole.
I think the issue is we must change how we elect leaders inside the ANC. That's what I think. And I've put it across that we must have one AC member, one vote, and that's the only way we can stop the killing. Otherwise, without doing that, we can't stop the killing.
I can't imagine the ANC will actually do that. I mean, we see in every democracy, and I think in political parties around the world, people are comfortable with the systems that got them into power, and when they're in power, they don't change the system.
Yeah, but that's not true necessarily, Stephen. What happened is ANC has been reforming since 1912, and it has changed several times since 1912. From the time Seme and John Dube started the ANC, it has been reforming. And so it will reform again in this case and reform the electoral laws inside the ANC to introduce one ANC member, one vote. So it will reform. It's not impossible. It's difficult to push it, but we campaign for it, and it will be achieved.
One of the issues with this is also an issue around leadership, and I'm talking about age. There are very few young leaders in the ANC now, and if you look at Cabinet or the NEC, you'll see a lot of people who've been there for a very long time. Has the ANC been grooming new leaders over the years, young leaders?
There's no grooming under corruption, It's more about who is corrupt, who will carry forward the corruption that the previous ones were doing. So there's no grooming in this case. And this is why we need to change how we elect leaders inside the ANC. And we also need to change the parliamentary laws, so that the South African people can have the right to directly elect their members of parliament. South African population must have the right to directly elect their members of parliament where they live. That's the only way to clean parliament and to clean the state. But to clean ANC, we need one member, one vote.
Thank you very much indeed, Omry Mokgaole, a veteran leader of the ANC, veteran member of the ANC. A lot of coverage to come for you through the weekend from the ANC's conference in the Eastern Cape.